They say the garden remembers what we choose to forget. It's been 50 years since I last walked through these gates. 50 years since I ran my fingers along the stone wall, where moss now grows thick, since I smelled lavender drifting in the wind, since I saw the cherry tree blooming in the corner of the garden. My name is Margaret. I'm 72 years old, and today, I came home. Not because I missed it, not because of nostalgia, but because my husband James left me a note before he died. 4 simple words: return to the garden. Chapter 1: The Letters. I found the letter in his desk drawer, folded neatly between unpaid bills and a faded photograph of us from 1973. He had written, "Margaret, there's something waiting for you beneath the garden. I never had the courage to tell you in life, but I owe you the truth in death." What truth? James was never one to be dramatic. He was calm, quiet. Too quiet, perhaps. There were years I wondered what lay behind that stillness. So I came. And the garden greeted me like an old friend who remembered everything. Every kiss, every fight, every silence. Chapter 2: Digging into Memory. The hydrangeas were still there, though half wild now. I knelt beside them and began to clear the weeds, half expecting to find nothing. But my fingers touched something solid, a glass jar wrapped in silk. Inside, a letter. The paper was brittle, the ink faded. I recognized the handwriting instantly. James. He had hidden this. "If you find this, Margaret, I'm already gone." But there is more. Beneath the statue under the cherry tree, you'll find the rest. I stared across the garden. The statue of the angel stood like a guardian, weathered, moss-covered, and solemn. I hesitated. But then I stood, took a deep breath, and walked toward it. Chapter 3: Under the Angel. It took me nearly an hour to dig. The earth was heavy. The rain had soaked the ground. But eventually, I uncovered a box, wooden, locked, but old enough that it crumbled at my touch. Inside were letters. Dozens of them, not addressed to me. They were for someone named Anna. Chapter 4: The name I never knew. Anna. There was no mention of her in our marriage. No hint, no photo, no casual memory. But in these letters, James wrote of love, of regret, of meeting her in Paris in 1965, of plans that never came true, of a goodbye at a train station he never recovered from. The last letter was dated the summer before he met me. "I think of you still, even now. I wonder what life we might have had. But if you ever find these letters, know that I loved you, and that part of me always will." Chapter 5: Questions without an answer. Was she the one he truly loved? Was I second choice? I thought of our 40 years together. Holidays, hospital visits, laughter over burnt toast, arguments that lasted hours and silences that lasted days. Our daughter, Emily, our first dog. The winter he got pneumonia and I thought I'd lose him. All of it. Real. All of it. Ours. Did Anna erase that? Or did she simply come before it? Chapter 6: Tea with Emily. Emily came over later that evening. I told her about the letters. She stared at me for a long time before speaking. "Mum," she said, "whatever Dad had before you, it's not what defined him. You were the one he lived with, the one he built this family with. Maybe Anna was a chapter, but you were the book." I smiled, a little bitterly, a little gratefully. Chapter 7: Peace in the Garden. The next morning, I sat by the cherry tree. The statue above the soil I disturbed stood as silent as ever. Birds sang. The wind carried the scent of rosemary. And for the first time in a long while, I didn't feel the weight of what if. James had his secrets, but so did I. We all do. In the end, we're all gardens. Parts of us blooming, parts of us buried, all of it still alive in some way. Ending, soft, warm tone. I've decided not to rebury the letters. I'll keep them in the house, tucked in a box of photographs. Not to judge him, not to punish him, but to remember that we all live more than one life. And love doesn't always follow a straight line, but it still counts. Just like gardens, we are messy. We grow. We wither. We return. I came back to find the truth, and I found something better.